Alright, my name is Natalie and welcome to my YouTube channel. Frankly, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. The whole experience of starting a channel is very awkward and strange, and I figured why not make it more awkward and strange and use my first video as an opportunity to talk about bestiality and the Enumclaw Horse Sex Case. Horse sex.
Horse sex.
You did hear that correctly. Yeah, so basically a guy dies getting fucked in the ass by a horse named a Big Dick. That's what this video is gonna be about. Yeah, so basically that's it. It's gonna be the tale of Big Dick and Kenneth Pinyan. Big Dick and the perforated colon. A big dick and bigger dick. Big Dick and the legendary asshole, since everybody knows what happened to Kenneth Pinyan and his asshole. Big Dick and the 45-year-old Boeing engineer who left his children behind for his passion of extremely large penises. Yeah, his passion literally killed him. If you're not horsing around, are you really working hard enough? Something to think about. But first, emphasis on the butt. Before we jump in, we have to understand what is bestiality and zoophilia. There's actually a difference. So if you didn't know, there is an entire community of people who identify as zoosexuals. Zoosexuality is an actual sexual orientation, that most people choose not to recognize. Zoophilia has three common terms. One of them being bestiality, the second one being zoophilia, and the third being zoosexuality. As I've mentioned before, zoosexuality is a sexual orientation. It's people who choose to have sexual and emotional connections / relationships with animals. This is synonymous to zoophilia, so zoophilia, zoosexuality, similar. Bestiality is the actual act. There's actual video proof of this guy getting ass fucked by a horse. So, and the reason why we have to differentiate these two things is because one is legal and one is illegal. Zoophilia might be strange for some people. I would say most. Hard concept to grasp, I think, if you're very close-minded. There are no reparations for feeling this way. But bestiality, this is where the law can get you. Can't do anything about feelings, right? But the law can get your ass with action. And that's where bestiality comes in, because bestiality is the act. Zoophilics, people, zoosexuals don't necessarily have to have sexual interactions with the animal. Once you do, that's bestiality. So there we go. All right, so now let's jump into this. When I first heard about this, I don't even know. I think I had heard enough. That was really the truth. I think I went further into researching this than most people would, because I just needed to understand why. How does one go about enjoying, becoming pleased? I mean, this is the thing though. I don't understand. I seriously still don't understand how that is physically possible. Obviously, the conclusion was fucking tore this guy's asshole. The guy died from a perforated colon. I mean, technically he died from acute peritonitis, but that's because the horse's dick ruptured his asshole. The whole process of researching this topic has been it's just been strange. Because most people found out by reading the newspaper about what happened to this guy and how this case became so popular was because of the paper. So we might as well do Jennifer Sullivan a solid and read her now 15-year-old new I can't believe I struggled to do the most basic math, but her 15-year-old newspaper article on this case. I gotta take this seriously. So, King County Sheriff's detectives are investigating the owners of an Enumclaw area farm after a Seattle man died from injuries sustained while having sex with a horse. Okay. Investigators first learned of the farm after the man died at Enumclaw Community Hospital July 2nd. The county medical examiner's office ruled that the death was accidental and the result of having sex with a horse named Big Dick. How do you go about fucking a horse? Like, excuse me. What? How do you, like, do you just, like, wake up one day and just, like, look in the mirror and just say, I'm gonna fuck a horse? Like, do you know what a horse penis looks like? I'll show you. Okay. So, when not erect, it's 50 centimeters, aka 20 inches long. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me get this like exact. This is the length of a non-erect horse penis. My hammer is 13 inches. This is 20 inches. And then and the width of a penis? Of a horse penis? Oh my god, I'm gonna bring so much shame to my family. It's okay. So it's about 1 inch to 2 inches. So this is the width of it. The width of the penis at 20 inches. Non-erect! Oh! When erect, it doubles in length and thickness. So it goes from 2 inches to 4 inches. The penis. How is this possible? 40 inches. Can you see? Up your ass! You have to be anally training yourself to get there. What the hell? My leg is the size of a horse penis. Like, I have this random fact for life now. Am I ever gonna forget this? I don't think so. Oh, Kenneth Pinyan, goddamn! Damn! Oh my god! Can, like, the horse even get it in all the way? Oh my goodness. Like, the craziest part about all of this, the zoophilia community doesn't even claim him. Straight up, they're like, he didn't even love horses. So Kenneth Pinyan apparently had some motorcycle accident that made him lose feeling or whatever, and that led him into extreme sexual acts. I guess got really into, like, extremely large penises, and that's really what this is about for Kenneth. And it was all about just big dicks. Oh my god, dude, like, I can't imagine, like, seeing a horse penis or a fully fucking erect penis from a horse, like, in person. Like, I think I would pass out. I think I would scream. Knowing everything that I know now, I think, like, I just lately have been asking myself, like, how I'm gonna get through the rest of my life. He had to have anally trained himself. Like, he had to. You don't go from point A to point B like that. Like, there's no way. These people, they're into it. Like, they're so into being sexually gratified this way. How the hell do you get a dick that size up your ass? Okay. For Kenneth Pinyan, apparently he just had a sexual fixation on really large penises. So I think the zoophilic community is very much like, Kenneth Pinyan gives us a bad name. Because he doesn't even have an emotional connection to the horses he fucked. What ends up happening, though, Kenneth Pinyan, a 45-year-old man who worked for Boeing as an engineer, and James Michael Tate, who lived on the neighboring farm that this occurred, who was 54 years old, and some other guy who was lucky to not be named because for some reason he doesn't get to be named, I don't know, would trespass onto James Michael Tate's neighbor's farm so that they could have sex with the horses. And they would record themselves. They would record each other, and then sometimes after they would record each other, they then would all have sex with each other, and they would post it online for other zoophilics to see. The way all of this started was Kenneth Pinyan's body straight up was dropped off at the hospital, basically. So this is what I'm picturing. Homeboy literally is getting ass fucked by a horse. Other homeboy is like, yeah, get it. Guy gets it, perforated colon, probably like is screaming the whole way. I don't know how a grown man drags another grown man into the car. Or maybe he was still alive at that point, was just like fucking trying to hold his ass together, like walking over to the car. Both dudes get in the trunk somehow. Guy drives him all the way to the community hospital and literally drops his ass off. Oh my god. He drops this guy off and dips. Like, doesn't even wait. He gets into the emergency room, is like, yo, my buddy needs help. Rolls him in, and is just like, deuces, because who the hell wants to explain to a doctor, hey, yeah, this, my buddy, yeah, he's dead because a fucking horse killed him, but he enjoyed it. I guess, like, if there's any way for zoophilics to go, I mean, have at it that way. God, what am I saying? The nurses and the doctors, are obviously like, oh shit, and like trying to fucking assess the situation, and they're like, this guy's dead. The guy, like, Kenneth was already dead by the time he arrived at the hospital. Like, they go out to try and find the person who dropped him off, because obviously they're like, my condolences, sir, your homeboy's dead. No, I can't find the guy, so obviously the whole fucking thing is suspicious. Like, who just fucking drops a dead body off and expects, like, no repercussions? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, these guys clearly don't have that big of a brain. Big dicks is what they're into. I can't imagine, dude. Like, you're just, like, a doctor, and all your years of, like, emergency, like, visits. Like, was his ass out? Like, what the fuck does a perforated colon look like? Was it a gaping hole? And everyone was just like, what the fuck? And I really am just starting to question my mental sanity. Probably the hospital was like, yo, we're calling the police. Police arrives on scene. They probably take a look at his asshole and they're like, yep, it's fucking ripped. Basically are able to track the guy down through the cameras and trace him all the way back to this farm. Now, they get to the farm, and that's where they seize about 100 or so DVDs, tapes, basically, of bestiality, zoophilic pornography, and hours of footage, like, so much footage. And that's basically how they are able to put the story together and piece it that Kenneth Pinyan had died being fucked in the ass by a horse. The fucking neighbors had no idea that their neighbor was basically a ringleader of all these guys inviting people from God knows where, because this farm was known to be like a place for people to go fuck horses, like on these online community forums. Like, it was a known thing that you could go to this farm and get ass fucked. The thing that like just like blows my mind about all of this is how committed this guy was. Apparently the way they were able to do it is that they were able to train the horses. They would start to strip and they would apply a horse pheromone, I'm assuming on their asshole, and that would arouse the horse, and then the horse would like be guided into the asshole. Now I'm just like wondering, like, how long does it take a horse to come? Like, Kenneth Pinyan's life obviously was cut short. He was only 45 years old. He was divorced. He had children. And, he died getting fucked, okay? And he obviously wasn't planning on this because he was building a house and a barn because he was planning on buying a horse. Now, some places said that he already bought the horse and that his family thought it was kind of strange that he bought a horse, and now they know why, and it makes sense. He went from Gig Harbor to Enumclaw County, which is 55 miles away from him. So this guy was dedicated taking a 110-mile commute, and it was like at least an hour and 15-minute ride, like, over to get ass fucked. That is like a dedicated booty call, man. It's a booty call that never fails. Well, until the last booty call, because he fucking died. Like, how can you even do this comfortably in front of another person? There are online forums to help you for your first time. People are like, yeah, I lost my virginity to a fucking horse. You can go online, figure out how to make a bomb of yourself, and you can also go online and figure out how to fucking have anal sex with a horse. This entire case ended up traumatizing that entire county of townies within the year. I think by February 2006 had passed a Class C felony in the state of Washington that bestiality was punishable. So I guess I forgot to like film an ending, but this is it. The video's ending. Washington passed a Class C felony for bestiality. You cannot be in possession of zoophilic pornography, and you cannot commit any acts of bestiality in the state of Washington due to this case. So yeah, thanks for watching. Go ahead and enjoy those last few minutes, man. Is this kink shaming? I don't know. Can you shoot a baby out of your ass? No? Okay. What happens when a horse shoots a load in your ass? Like, how much is that? Do you want to hear questions you never thought you would hear? When a horse shoots a load in your asshole, is it like an explosion of cum? What the fuck? How do you even clean up after yourself? If I asked somebody to like make an animation of a horse exploding cum into an ass, will that be considered zoophilic pornography? Would you not want to be here contributing? Like, I'm going to suffer an eternity of damnation after this. Oh